Hey Sass Squad, welcome back to the video. So like I promised, I'm going to have a replica code in the description with my current version of the Trick Room, Camerupt, and Drampa team that I've been posting my last couple videos. I did come to the conclusion that Camerupt should run Protect. So I got rid of Stockpile entirely, and I've also got rid of Body Press. I was talking about it a little bit in the comments on my last video. If you watched that, maybe you already saw me discussing it with some of the viewers. But yeah, some great suggestions, and loved hearing about how a lot of people actually did run Mega Camerupt to hit Master Ball tier. That's amazing. That's awesome to hear. Yeah, so I'm just trying to make it... I definitely can see the potential now after running it this much on this Trick Room team. And I would say that the current iteration of the team is really feeling good and consistent. But I'm always open to adjust the team. If you, as a viewer, try this team out and maybe you have some ideas, we could always discuss that type of stuff here in the comments. Or if you want to join my Discord, I should have an invite link in my description here. We could talk over there in the PvP channel. But yeah, so for the most part, I'm running Protect now on Camerupt, and by the end of this run, I think I might even have Solar Beam on it currently. But yeah, in this very first match, I wanted to just go straight Will-O-Wisp into Sneasler, because I figured they can't fake out Sableye, and actually no, what I realized was I thought this was Zoroark. I remember now, because I actually go on the offense with Camerupt, and I pretty much just allowed, you know, Sableye to go down here. Obviously, a fairy move is going to one-shot it from a Gardevoir. But, yeah, I knew this was Zoroark. I could just tell by their team comp. And I figured regardless, I would get a burn-off on Sneasler if it wasn't Zoroark. But yeah, as you can see, it's Focus Sash Zoroark here. That's why I didn't Protect with Camerupt, was I was thinking more than likely it's Zoroark, and it's not actually Sneasler lead. So I'm going to bring in Oranguru here, and what I want to do now is actually Protect on Camerupt, because it is the real Sneasler now. So obviously they're going to probably try to protect my Camerupt, because Gardevoir isn't going to really be able to... I mean, unless Gardevoir has Psychic, it's not going to be able to do much damage here to Camerupt. So I will just Protect, and I'm going to get up a Trick Room. And it does look like they decided to just go for another Hyper Voice again for the spread fairy move. And yes, of course, they're going to try to fake out Camerupt. So I made a good call here, and I'm going to get Trick Room up, which is kind of like sealing the deal. Now that Trick Room is going to be activated for 5 turns, Camerupt will be the fastest thing on the field, and I'm going to be able to use Instruct with Oranguru sitting next to it. So here I was like, you know what, I should just go for double, I should just use Instruct. It's the most valuable play here, because Heat Wave also doesn't have perfect accuracy. So even if I just boosted with the Sun, it's probably better just to use the move twice in a row versus getting a boosted attack, just in case one of them misses. So any damage is good damage here. But as you can see, Sneasler will actually use Protect. Mega Gardevoir does have really good special defense, so of course it will be able to take one of these at its HP range, but from there it's gonna end up just going down. And yeah, like I said, that's one turn right here. Instruct plus Camerupt is actually very powerful. I mean, this is a very common technique with Oranguru and Trick Room, but I do feel like it pairs very well with Camerupt. And yeah, I think I was trying to think what I want to do here. I decided I just want to Protect, and yeah, I think I pretty much just let the Oranguru go down, because I just didn't want to I guess like what I was thinking here was I could bring in I guess it didn't really matter. I guess I don't know why I Protected there, now that I think about it. I guess I just could have went on the offense. I don't know why I felt nervous. But But it doesn't really matter because I have Hisuian Goodra back here. And I think regardless, I knew I was in a dominant position with, I don't know why I felt the need to protect with Camerupt there, but it was pretty obvious Oranguru was going to go down. I think what I was thinking was keep Camerupt healed and then bring in Hisuian Goodra fully healed, and then between their two Pokemon, they can't really handle my side of the field. And they're going to have to like divvy up their selections of who they target here as well. Which a lot of times they might hyper focus on Goodra, even though Camerupt is more of the threat here. I felt like it didn't really matter maybe when I was playing it live, but yeah. It's not that protecting that one slot was a bad play or anything. I think that maybe I was thinking I just wanted to bring in both Pokemon at relatively good health because it could, you know, still go in their favor if I'm not careful. After this though, pretty much body press. I mean, between the heat wave and the body press, as you saw, I really had nothing to worry about. I mean, Sneasler lived a little bit, but yeah, I completely one-shot King Gambit there. Yeah, felt good there. Pretty consistent. I had some wiggle room, a lot of safety, I would say. Also, if you want more VGC content in your life, consider subscribing, or, you know, just hit that subscribe button, because I am trying to raise this channel to 1,000 subscribers. This is actually my, I have a couple other Pokemon channels, but this one is only going to be focused on VGC content. Maybe some singles content, depending, but for the most part, it's going to be about VGC. So if you've been enjoying this video so far, you'll probably love my other videos and some of the teams I'll be building in the future. Let's see here. So this battle, I actually, because I was still adjusting, I actually ended up putting Protect on Drampa as well. Also, I wanted to mention, I did eventually switch off Solar Beam on Camerupt and put Ancient Power, because I never really clicked Solar Beam even when I had Sun up on the side of the field, because most times I don't even want to be sitting on the field with a water Pokemon, even in the sun, with Camerupt. So I put Ancient Power on it, and mainly for Charizard Y, maybe Pelipper, depending, because in a lot of scenarios, the Pokemon that run Weather Ball, you can really... I have weather control on my team between Drampa and Sableye with Sunny Day. It pretty much shuts down something like Pelipper against Camerupt, which is very helpful. But yeah, in this match, I definitely had like a rough lead there. Not ideal. So I'm going to switch in Sableye and I'm going to Protect on Drampa because I don't want to get one shot by Sneasler here. Before I wasn't running Protect on Drampa, I got rid of Flamethrower and I just put Protect because I just felt like it was overkill to have Flamethrower on this. And a lot of times I'm probably just going to click Hyper Voice. So yeah, that damage hurts, but it is what it is. I think I kind of lost the plot here because I brought Camerupt and Drampa. And usually when I do that, the idea is I want to use Drampa more as weather control. But I think I was tunnel visioning because I wasn't sure, like, I was like, can I one-shot Charizard Y with Thunderbolt? What I should have done is not Mega and just go for Hyper Voice here as Drampa. But I definitely, like I said, I think I tunnel visioned a bit and kind of forgot my initial plan. There's a lot of times why people bring notebooks and write down their thoughts and during the team building and team prediction phase. That way, because sometimes you can just get so caught up in the moment and you just lose track of what your goal is or what you were trying to do. And sometimes it's so simple as just looking down your notes, like, okay, don't Mega with Drampa here. But as you can see, it doesn't really do enough. And unfortunately, when I was playing this, I was like, dang, this is really bad for me. I'll just bring in Sinistcha, and I kind of have to just Rage Powder and sack it in hopes that Hyper Voice can take down Charizard and Sneasler here. So at this point, I'm just like, alright, well, hopefully this is good. I'm not going to get Trick Room off this team at all during this match. So this is going to have to be a sacrifice, for sure. I mean, at least I do get the close combat from Sneasler, which does allow Drampa to see another day. and we do respect our elders here. So here comes the Weather Ball. It's going to completely annihilate Sinistcha. And yeah, like I said, this is looking kind of crazy, but honestly, if I can get rid of these two, it might not be the worst case scenario. And Sneasler does end up living, which seems like a nightmare for me, because now I have Camerupt in its base form, which, you know, isn't... The sun's up, so it's not like horrible. I mean, I do have Solid Rock as my ability, so it should have some leeway here. But in comes Tinkaton, which is faster than everyone on my side of the field. So I'm gonna go for the Hyper Voice just to do the spread, or I just go for Hyper Voice, and you know, I'm just kind of praying that I can like connect Heat Wave here on both Pokemon, because if I do, oh wait, no, I actually go for Protect. No, I think I just go for, I do Protect, actually, that's smarter. Okay, good play on my end. So I do Protect here. Oh yeah, because I Fake Out. I remember now. I'm thinking of the play after this. So fortunately for me, I guess it wouldn't have mattered if I didn't Protect here, but it is preserving some damage. Thankfully, the Dire Claw didn't do any status to me. That would have been a nightmare. I probably would have just lost if that was the case. But yeah, they end up having Venusaur in the back, and because of that, it's going to be a GG, because I can sack Drampa here to a Play Rough. Sometimes Tinkaton don't run Play Rough. I mean, I think Play Rough is a good move to run, for sure. It's very, like, a good coverage move to have. Sometimes, I think a lot of times they might just run Gigaton Hammer and be more of like a, you know, run that Protect and, but you know, again, they had Fake Out on this as well. So, I don't know. Definitely all great moves. Obviously, that is part of the challenge of playing ranked mode here. You don't know, it's a closed sheet, you don't know their moves. But yeah, fortunately for me here, that Venusaur is their last Pokemon, and it's really not going to be able to do much. It does have leftovers, so it could potentially Sleep Powder me here and do some shenanigans. I decided to just go for the offense, because it's like, why avoid it? Like, the burns neutralizing the leftovers at least, but I have a feeling this could have potentially been a Leech Seed Protect variant, and if they would have connected that Sleep Powder, this could have actually been very bad for Camerupt. So GG's. I definitely got very lucky in that battle. I feel like miraculously it like all worked out in the end. But yeah, I just thought that was kind of funny, that match, how I didn't even use Mega Camerupt. I just had a regular Camerupt there, and it actually cleaned out the match. So this final battle, I felt like this was a really good opportunity to just get up Trick Room immediately. So I wanted to lead Sableye plus Oranguru. And Camerupt, I mean, I was looking, I'm like, you know, honestly, I feel like both of my choices for Mega, for Trick Room, were actually like pretty viable. But then the more I looked at it, I'm like, I think Camerupt is just the better pick, because I can set up Sun on my side of the field to help neutralize the water moves from Primarina and Rotom. And a lot of times Rotom is running Hydro Pump if they're going to run a water move, which has terrible accuracy. So I actually like kind of run this a little unique. I don't bring Sinistcha to this match, which I feel like I normally would do something like that. So I'm going to try to get up a Trick Room immediately here and go for Fake Out into Primarina. Dragapult really, as long as there's nothing they can really do to remove Oranguru here. So it just seemed like the perfect opportunity for me. And they do U-turn out, which is smart. Gives them a little bit of leeway here. And if I remember correctly, they bring in Sinistcha, which, you know, honestly doesn't really threaten my side of the field too much or anything like that. But at the same time, this Primarina is honestly the main thing I was looking at that I need to take care of. So my Camerupt has some wiggle room to just kind of like sweep without worrying about getting hit by some water moves, because Camerupt really just cannot deal with water moves generally. I mean, in the sun it can tank them a little bit more, but yeah, ideally that's like the one typing I want to avoid, just because of that 4x weakness. But I think I decided to set up Sunny Day here, and I go for an offensive move with Oranguru, mainly because there's a high flinch rate with this move. That's the main reason why I ran it. And they do end up rage powdering, so it doesn't really matter that much because I'm not going to get the benefit of the flinch. But Primarina actually decides to just one-shot Sableye, which I was okay with. That's why I decided to go for Sunny Day there, mainly. Because if they did decide to Moonblast Sableye, then I can just bring in Camerupt after that. And from here, I have really great control of the field. Even though Primarina can go for like a Hyper Voice, I could probably tank it in the sun, and on top of that I can use Instruct as well, which I could get lucky with some crits. I think I may have gotten lucky with a crit. Yeah, I think I get lucky with a crit here. And then but the second one ends up missing. So the move, it's amazing. I think I won. I think between Instruct and Heat Wave, I actually just completely remove Dragapult from the game because of the switch. They probably thought they could eat it up, but look how much damage that does. Yeah, I do get a crit on Primarina, which does make a significant influence. Like, it definitely mattered. But yeah, the second one, the Primarina does dodge, which is fine. I mean, if it connects on Dragapult, that's completely removed. And yeah, I mean, I have Drampa left over, which, you know, isn't ideal against a fairy type. Like, that's the thing about Primarina, is it does pretty good against both of my potential megas that I want to bring on the... pretty much bring. But I mean, to be fair, I can still hit it with like a Earth Power, or as you can see, even these Heat Waves in the sun are still hitting Primarina pretty hard. And I do have Thunderbolt on Drampa, and Hyper Voice could still hit it. So it's not like horrible. Like, Primarina is not like so OP where it's like I need to like really build around it like that. But as you can see, I completely just am going to be able to remove Primarina at this point, because it did get a little bit of healing from Hospitality, but it's not going to matter with Instruct plus the double, you know? So fortunately for me, Camerupt did take one move in the sun, which just seems like a miracle. But I figured it would be able to. I think when I was facing in my last video the Starmie, the Mega Starmie, that's a little bit different because of huge power. Like, it has a much higher offense, and I had so much chip damage from Feint already on Camerupt. But as you can tell, they have Mega Scizor here, and a Bullet Punch is resisted on Camerupt, so it's pretty much game here. So yeah, I really enjoyed this team. Let me know in the comments if you end up using my Replica team, and thanks again if you've made it to this far in the video. It's been helping out my channel a lot in the algorithm, and I really appreciate that. So I'm going to close out this video. Thanks again. The Sass Squad is getting stronger each and every day. You have a good morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you're tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.